please remain standing for the national anthem, sung by Robin Kane and Phil Cadillo, accompanied on the trumpet by Jeff Carter.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does their star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of free and the
Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Emily Tweed, and I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students at Northwestern Health Sciences University. On behalf of the graduating classes and all of us associated with Northwestern, I extend our warmest welcome to everyone attending the Fall 2015 Commencement Convocation of the College of Health and Wellness and the College of Chiropractic. I welcome our guests, families, and friends of the graduates whose support and presence means so much on this special day. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Christopher Kassir, President and CEO of Northwestern Health Sciences University. Dr. Kassir.
Thank you, Dr. Tweed. Good afternoon. Okay, this is terrible. Let's start over. Good afternoon. Yay, it's a party. Let's hear some noise. How about a practice round? Okay, C minus. We'll come back and try it again in a bit. First and foremost, welcome to all of our graduates, their family members, our alumni, our community, our honored guests for this important celebration of the accomplishments of our students over the past many years as they pursued their dreams and move forward to achieve their goals. I'd like to start by just introducing a few of the folks here that are part of the platform party. So if you will permit me, I'd like to recognize Dr. Renee DeVries, President of the Faculty Senate and our Faculty Marshal today. Thank you, Dr. DeVries, for guiding us here safely. Joni Holtz, Associate Professor, and who will also be leading the oath for massage therapy. Dr. Barbara Gassi, Assistant Professor, who will be leading the oath for the acupuncture Chinese medicine program. Our guest speaker, Dr. Brent Bauer from Mayo, who I will introduce shortly. Dr. Christine Quinn, our Interim Provost. Also on the podium, you met Dr. Emily Tweed, our Vice President for Student Affairs and Dean of Students. Dr. Dale Healy, Dean of the College of Health and Wellness. Dr. Trevor Fo-Shang, our Dean of the College of Chiropractic. Dr. Don Deal, Associate Professor and Hooder. Dr. Youngping Jiang, Professor and also Hooder today. Dr. Christopher Major, Assistant Professor, another one of our Hooders. And Dr. Anita Manny, Professor, who will also be hooding our graduates. Among our board members who are participating in this ceremony with us, on stage with us here are Dr. Christopher Joe, Mr. Walter Graff, Dr. Bonnie Myers, and Mr. Brent Wilde. Our President's Cabinet, who is also joining us here on the podium. These are the wonderful folks I get to work with every day at Northwestern. Leslie Bronk, our Chief Operating Officer. Mary Gale, our Vice President of Human Resources. Chad Johnson, our Chief Information Officer. Dr. Michelle Myers, Executive Director of Research and Innovation. Jeff Rich, Vice President for Marketing and Institutional Advancement. And Dr. Chuck Sawyer, Special Assistant to the President. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished podium members to the stage. So I do have a few things I want to say, and the students know I can be long-winded, so I'm going to be careful today because I know this is about you. I want to start by first saying that for many, Northwestern is more than a university and a great community pursuing an incredible vision. We are a family. And I'd ask us all to just send our prayers out to one of our family members, T4 student Dave Mary, who is in the hospital that we learned about. And so we send our thoughts and prayers out to Dave and to his family, and we hope that he is able to recover and get well soon and return to us. I'd also like to call out something really important about our community, and folks who may not know Northwestern well may not realize this, but could the family members of our graduates who are also graduates of Northwestern please stand and identify yourselves? So these are the parents, the aunts and uncles, the brothers and sisters. Look at that. So Northwestern is also about the generations of chiropractors and others who have come through our institution, and to honor their presence here today, supporting their children through this important milestone, a number of our parents will be joining us on stage to hood their children as we pass on the symbolism of our generational institution, intergenerational institution. I'd also like to note, could we please have, a number of our students are wearing red, white, and blue cords to symbolize their service to our country as veterans or active service members. Would our student veterans and service members please stand so we can identify you? We'd also like to recognize our veteran service members in the audience, as well as family members of active deployed service members. Would you please stand so that we can recognize you for the service of your family members and the family members who are supporting our military. We thank you for your service and for your levels of care. So again, I can be a bit long-winded, and I'm going to try to edit myself a little bit today, but there are a couple of things I'd like to share with you. First and foremost, it really is a new day for Northwestern Health Sciences University. I joined the institution about a year and a half ago, and what a lovely, wonderful place it is, and what an extraordinary opportunity we have in front of us as we move the institution forward. This graduation is our first unified graduation as Northwestern. It is a bringing together of our colleges to celebrate the fact that all of our healthcare providers, all of our clinicians, all of our graduates have an important contribution to helping patients and communities get healthy and well. Not one is more or less important than the other. It is all of us working together interprofessionally to help do what's in the best interests of our patients. So a unified graduation is a symbol of our unified institution and our unified approach to helping serve our patients and our communities to get better, to live healthier lives, and to live well. I'd also like to note that many of you may not be aware that Northwestern became a university in 1999. That means that while our history was well rooted as a chiropractic institution, and I'm very proud to say that in 2016 we will be celebrating our 75th year, which is an incredible milestone, our Diamond Jubilee, that Northwestern became a university in 1999. It was at that point that we added acupuncture, Chinese medicine, massage therapy, and expanded our vision and our opportunity and our hopes and dreams to impact the world with a broader message of health and wellness that is based on natural care, non-invasive, clinically effective alternatives to traditional or conventional medicine. So while we are celebrating our unification today, we actually have been a full university with all of our professional programs since 1999. I also think it's important to highlight this because as we move forward and we continue to deliver the message of hope and our care approaches to patients and families everywhere, it's time for us to be more vocal, to be very intentional, to be purposeful, and to be working together, whatever our professional or clinical philosophies, to make sure that our message of keeping people healthy and well in the first place is the best approach to medicine and health in our country. And that is how we need to think about moving Northwestern forward. We make people healthy by focusing on health and wellness. We don't necessarily make people healthy by giving them drugs and putting them in the hospital. We have to move from a disease management system to a health and wellness system in our country. Consistent with that, our new vision at Northwestern is to be a premier health sciences university creating a healthier world. And this beautiful globe up here is a symbol of what we hope will continue to be our impact. Our 7,000 or more graduates are all over the world making a difference in people's lives and in communities' lives. But our mission to create a healthier world isn't just a grandiose statement or a giant notion or idea that is unachievable. It's actually something that happens when we focus on what's going on in our local community and in our own neighborhood. And why do I say that? This year we've started working with the Bloomington Public Schools very closely to help create educational opportunities for high school students to start to enter the health professions in our institution. And in that process, we have learned that for the first time in history, the entering kindergarten class in Bloomington, Minnesota is more than 51% non-white. That means that the children, the families in our community are of mixed race, of multicultural descent. They're here from other countries, coming to try and make a life for themselves and to do things differently to advance opportunities for their family. When you walk just 3 blocks from our institution, there's the Career Academy at the Bloomington Public Schools, and it's adults going back to high school from all over the world who are learning English and learning skills that will help them get jobs and go to college. So our global impact actually happens by focusing locally on helping build bridges and opportunities in our own community. So when I say we're a premier health sciences university creating a healthier world, I'm talking about our neighbors right next door. I'm talking about the people in our community who we drive by and see every day. This is about a vision of moving forward today with a grand idea about our global impact. So as our graduates come across the stage, when you think about the chiropractors, the acupuncturists, the massage therapists, they are more than just excellent clinicians who have been highly trained and are now well skilled to go out and do things differently and help people get better. They are leaders. They are pioneers. They are ambassadors of our mission and our message of health and wellness. And they have an important and serious responsibility to stand up and talk about why our health system in this nation needs to change and start focusing on health and wellness instead of disease and surgery and all those other things that keep people sick and out of work. So remember that as our graduates come across the stage, we're not just celebrating their graduation today, we are celebrating them as leaders and ambassadors and the voice of a new generation of clinicians in this country. So with that said, thank you for your time. I also want to do 2 things before I close. I promise not to be too long-winded. So first and foremost, Let's move our C+ cheer up to an A. So one more practice session. Today is a celebratory day, and the second thing is that while many of us are dressed in black, except for me in my bumblebee robes, this is not a somber occasion. So please feel free to sing and dance and spin and shout as the graduates come across the stage and celebrate this moment in your life. Congratulations. Let's have an exciting, wonderful ceremony together.
The graduating class for massage therapy has selected their classmate, Isaiah Broberg, to present a special message on behalf of their class. Isaiah is a native Minnesotan who grew up in the cities and surrounding area. Before Northwestern, Isaiah attended Normandale Community College, where he excelled in his studies, so much so that he was awarded the Certificate of Excellence in the Biology Department from his genetics professor. He continued on to be a member of the Honor Society's Phi Theta Kappa chapter. His decision to attend Northwestern spawned from a study abroad trip he took to Guatemala, where he was immersed in complementary and alternative health practices. While attending Northwestern, he continued to excel in his academic studies, becoming a member of the Student Senate and a president of the Massage Therapy Club. One thing that Isaiah is particularly proud of is his attainment of the 32nd degree in Masonry, as he continues on his journey to building a strong character and being a strong contributing member to society. It is my pleasure to introduce Isaiah Broberg.
Thank you, Dean, President, and faculty. Thank you, friends, and thank you, family, and all the graduates of 2015. I'm deeply honored to be speaking with you today, but before I start, I think there's two things you should know. First is I was elected by my students, my classmates, to give this speech, so it's just as painful for me to give as it is for you to sit through. Second, this speech sounded great in my head, but like every other paper I wrote in college, I wrote the night before and plagiarized most of it. Originally, the speech was 3 minutes long, but I had to add a minute for every year they raised tuition. Now we can either accept what the world has given us, or we can do something greater. We can expect the unthinkable, expel the unacceptable, and excel at the unexpected. We can be the decisive factor, that undeniable, powerful good that the evils of this world just aren't ready for. In some ways, my entire time at Northwestern has been about shirking expectations, about rising above with adversity, about mentorship as well as tutorship, about being an outspoken Muslim even though sometimes my faith is laughed at. My time here at Northwestern has been special because it never required that I celebrate one part of my heart and pay no attention to the other. Northwestern believed in us, that our many talents did not signify a lack of commitment, but an abundance of gifts that deserve their proper due. And all this brings us to today, our graduation. I hope that after today, you can all use what you've been given here to benefit humanity and the collective intelligence of the world, with compassion, wisdom, and strength. As we continue on our journey to what may follow, remember this. Wherever you go, go with determination, like there's somewhere you have to be. Walk with importance, like you are someone people should already know. And stand with pride, because those are the people others will follow. And most importantly, don't take anything too seriously. We have to devote ourselves to doing things well, but be careful, because if you do things too well, it may backfire, and to be forced to stand in front of 1,000 people and give a speech about it. Coming from a family of struggle, I spend a lot of time thinking about what it means to lead a life of privilege, to have access to spaces, people, and opportunities I have apart from others because they are different. Different in a way that makes them exceptional too, but not in a way that earns them a scholarship or a spot on an HBO documentary. Job loss, divorce, mental illness are not the sort of things to be or deemed worthy of celebration. So I stand before you humbly, fully aware that there are people all around the world. By virtue of physical difference, finances, or any number of other factors they have no control over, may never have the chance to know what a university looks like, much less graduate from one. This extraordinary gap between those who have and those who have not is one of the most prominent features in the world we live in. But it does not have to be its defining attribute. Long before Northwestern accepted any of us, every single one of the people in these chairs today thought we were worth honoring. Before we sat in a classroom, read our first book, or spoke our first words, there was someone who thought we deserved a fighting chance at life. For a value is not to be founded in these diplomas or the name of the institution we got them from. But what makes us special is the very fact that we are alive, here, together. We have spent the last few years learning to live the life of the mind. But what about our hearts? Most leave college with a refined approach of thinking. But what Northwestern gave me was the courage to act, even when logic said no. To listen to the voice inside and give whatever it inspired in me to the world. People learn how to treat you by what you accept from them. So do not accept silence. With a booming voice or nimble hands, tell the world your story. Your beautiful, exceptional story. Spesnia Indea est. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaiah. The graduating class for acupuncture and oriental medicine has selected their classmate, Tammy Cook, to present a special message on behalf of their class. In 1986, Tammy received her BA in biology at Luther College. She received her master's degree in physical therapy from the University of Iowa in 1988 and received a second master's degree in human nutrition from the University of Bridgeport in 2005. She is certified as an integrative manual therapist through Westbrook University, Connecticut School of Integrative Manual Therapy, and is board certified by the American College of Nutrition as a certified nutrition specialist. In 2010, she received her doctorate in physical therapy from Shenandoah University. She has worked in a variety of settings to include private hospitals, outpatient centers, and the United States Army Hospital in Aurora, Colorado. She has taught for dialogues in contemporary rehabilitation, both nationally and internationally, Taoist Traditions College of Traditional Chinese Medicine, and held a faculty position at the Connecticut School of Integrative Manual Therapy. Tammy served 8 years on the functional medicine team at Center IMT in Bloomingfield, Connecticut. She has 24 years of experience in physical therapy and 9 years of experience working with nutritional and lifestyle aspects of wellness in a variety of client health issues in her own business. It is my privilege to present Tammy Cook.
Right, that walk is longer than it looks. Right. A wise mom I know well once shared with me what she says to her 2 children. In this house, we lift each other up. This acupuncture and oriental medicine class is graduating today. And when this class made the commitment to go to Chinese medical school, Each of us knew that our lives would be radically different. We knew that we were about to embark on a new way of viewing the world, a new way of viewing disease, and a new way of viewing health. What we also knew is that our lives would continue. Collectively, this class has endured life experiences during Chinese medical school that included all of the following: daily commutes of up to an hour and a half, one way, longer in the winter; illness, dental problems, pregnancy, the birth of new family, childcare issues, sick children, car problems, fractured bones, car accidents, child athletic practices and games, some of them during midterms and finals week; the start of relationships, the end of relationships, moves to new housing, household robbery, parent illness and hospitalization, parent death, grandparent death; and working part-time during full-time school to earn enough money for food and gas. We all lived with less money. We deliberated about which books we could afford. And we wondered sometimes how we would feed our family and ourselves before the loan checks were issued each term. Any one of those events could have stopped your journey to this degree, because life challenges continue during graduate school. And you are here today because you lifted yourself up. And I'm going to share something public today that has remained a well-guarded secret. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been in school for 3 years with a class full of superheroes, each with their unique talents, allowing them to navigate the life situations that have occurred while simultaneously successfully completing Chinese medical school. As you watch them walk across the stage today, you may see their superhero capes underneath their cap and gown. And this will serve as proof of my disclosure today. When many of us started this program, we were asked by our friends and colleagues if this were a 6-month program, perhaps an online program. And if you are here today to support your graduate, you know better. This is a challenging program. Each of us had our challenges with school. Technology challenged some of us. Time challenged some of us. Sleep, it challenged all of us. Some of us excelled in book learning, all excelled in the clinic. And clinic settings varied: hospitals, community settings, university, outpatient, homeless shelters, and nursing homes. Some clinical settings were a perfect fit, and others challenged us to grow as individuals. Anxiety visited all of us in one way or another. Some of us picked up Mandarin easily, while others still struggle to this day. Ni hao. The challenges of Chinese medical school were many, and we, as a class, lifted each other up. To our professors, clinical supervisors, and the Northwestern Health Sciences University school staff and administration, the last 3 years have been difficult for many reasons. Yet you have taught us family secrets, demonstrated the highly anticipated stuck-needle technique, showed us the differences between American and Chinese culture, pointed out our strengths and our weaknesses, encouraged us when we were struggling, helped us find financial aid and work study, supported us as we neared boards. Our professors and supervisors are leading pioneers in the United States field of acupuncture and Chinese medicine. We recognize you for that, and we thank you. Truly, you have lifted each of us up. The field of Chinese medicine and acupuncture in the United States is young. However, it is many of thousands of years old in China. Western medicine has had its miracles and its challenges. Medications are sometimes deemed unsafe, technical advances are expensive, treatment procedures from only a few years ago are sometimes changed. Western treatment theory is challenged and improved. Despite spending more money per capita on healthcare in the United States, we fall far below the standards in other countries. Yet Chinese medical theory has largely remained unchanged over the past 2,000 to 3,000 years. Traditional Western research is beginning to take a look at the effects of our medicine, showing significant effects in pain reduction, functional MRIs showing the effects of needles on quieting the brain, and we are being invited to the table of integrative medical practices and collaborative care. In 2015, a TCM practitioner was awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for her work in herbal prescription therapy for malaria in the 1960s. Many hospitals are employing acupuncturists, especially in Minnesota. The military is using acupuncture in combat, at veterans facilities, and in military hospitals. And recently, we were actually recognized by the United States government as a profession. The future of acupuncture, yeah, we should clap for that. The future of acupuncture, the future of Chinese acupuncture and medicine in the United States is bright, and respect is building for our profession as our country looks for affordable and effective health care. And though there are many different styles of acupuncture in the United States, our challenge today is to come together as a profession and to advocate for the benefits of the profession. And your opportunity to contribute lies before you. Seize it. The future is bright for Chinese medicine and acupuncture, and we, as a profession, need now, more than ever, to lift each other up. To our friends, our parents, and all of our family members, thank you for letting us drop off the social and family calendar for the last 3 years. We are truly very happy to get reacquainted with all of you. Our class especially would like to thank Nan's mom for all the delicious food over the past 3 years. We all enjoyed your food and were truly lifted up by your kindness to us. To our spouses and our significant others, we thank you for the dinners, for running to Jimmy John's and delivering to our clinic shift, allowing the dining room table to be a repository of Chinese medical textbooks and notes, eating dinner in the living room because the dining room table was full of Chinese textbooks and notes, learning to vacuum, working longer hours to support us, riding the roller coaster of graduate school stress, pulling us up out of the ditch, creating a place for us to study, buying us medicinal beverages to remove our stagnant liver qi, and listening to our incessant worry about passing our board exams. Lastly, many of us are receiving our master's degree in Oriental medicine. The initials will be MOM. But many of this class has already had those initials behind their name and are called Mom on a daily basis. To the children and the family of the graduates of this class, your lives have changed dramatically. The vernacular of your house has changed. Unfortunate bathroom odors are likely called damp heat and followed by the command, "Let me see your tongue." Your mom likely worries more about your sleep and calls it good for your blood. I'm betting she tells you to cover yourself in the wind now, has concerns about you eating ice cream, especially in the winter, frequently uses the words yin and yang, and asks more questions about your bowel movements than you thought humanly possible. Yes, things will change for you after today. Your mom may apologize to you for having stagnant liver qi when you think she's just not in a good mood. Your mom will likely carry needle packs in her purse for the rest of her life, and I can promise you that you will be happy for this at least once in your life. She may call you grasshopper. Consider it a compliment. Your mom has been busy the past 3 years, and I should say your mom, your wife, your sister, your aunt, has been busy the past 3 years. But I can promise you this, she has spent time missing you while she was at school, talking about you at school. I feel like I know all of you. And asking questions at school to help you because she loves you, and Chinese medicine and acupuncture will just be one way that she says this to you from this day forward. To all of our family, our parents, our friends, we thank you for celebrating with us today and lifting us up over the past 3 years. In this house, whether it be our homes, our communities, our clinics, Northwestern Health Sciences University, or the profession of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, may we always lift each other up. Thank you.
Good afternoon. The graduating class for chiropractic has selected their classmate, Emily Stolo, to present a special message on behalf of their class. Prior to coming to Northwestern Health Sciences University, Emily grew up in Horicon, Wisconsin, and attended high school there. She completed her undergraduate degree studying biology at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Her biggest role models in becoming a chiropractor have been her father, Jack, who graduated from Northwestern exactly 28 years ago today, and her brother, Steve, who joined him in practice several years ago. While at school, she was involved in a number of clubs, to include the Business Club, Toastmasters, and SACA. She was also able to learn from many great local doctors through internships, particularly Dr. Christopher Joe and the doctors at 50th in France, and others opening their doors for students' roundtables and other shadowing visits. Emily's plan upon graduation is to join her husband Zach in their practice in Oldor, Iowa. I'm new to the area. Her goals are to raise a family and positively impact as many families and individuals as she can through practice and involvement in our community. Please welcome, and my privilege to welcome, Emily Stolo to the stage.
Thank you, Dr. Fauché. And that light at the end of the tunnel everyone's talking about sure is bright. Welcome to my fellow graduates, colleagues, educators, mentors, family, and friends. I just wanted to start by saying I was thinking driving up yesterday, it sure is weird to come to a hotel when you've lived here the last 3 years. But thanks to one of our classmates, Crystal, we were able to throw together a class get-together last minute, and it felt like home again, getting to talk to everybody. So thank you for that, Crystal. Many things tend to make you slightly uncomfortable when you first encounter them. There are numerous illustrations of this in chiropractic school. From moving to a new place and making new friends, to grounding up in methods that first time, to practicing particular physical exams, to delivering your first adjustment on a real live patient, because we don't really count each other as real live patients until you're in clinic, to addressing all of you fine folks at our commencement ceremony. I do thank you though, as your sheer volume is dragging me far outside of my comfort zone, which I've been told is really the only way you can grow. Speaking of growth, it is very evident in all of us, both in our knowledge and our personal development. Whether it is due to increasing demands for our personal lives, yearning to be more professional in action and appearance, or just simply that we're getting old, it has been very evident that we have all matured significantly. It really has been awe-inspiring witnessing our class-wide transformation over the past 40 months as we have transitioned from students to doctors. This growth was largely a group effort. Together, we have endured countless early morning labs, but you did get woken up pretty quickly once you got to 7:30 a.m. cadaver lab. Late night studying, often sponsored by Perkins in their 24-hour service, as the library is only open till 11, and that's definitely not late enough some nights. Too many exams and group projects to count, and board exams. Well, only 4 board exams, but each had a lot of bubbles, and certain proctors at the practical that didn't really seem too excited about your knowledge, so. And this is only on the school end of things. Our personal lives have held numerous friendships made, engagements, weddings, and new additions to our family. In some ways, we have become like a big family. I think at times we're even closer than family. One day, a classmate inadvertently had us all find out during principles and philosophy class that him and his wife were expecting a baby before either of their parents even knew. FYI, today they have a beautiful 1.5-year-old girl. Graduates, Take a minute to sit back and think of how much you've really accomplished. However, don't dwell on your accomplishments for too long. As a patient near the end of my last internship hit it right on the head when he reminded me, the real learning is just beginning. As Will Rogers once said, even if you are on the right track, you will get run over if you just sit there. To ready you for this real learning, I want to leave you with some advice I've managed to pick up from others along the way. The best doctor is the best communicator. Don't only teach your patients, but really listen to them and understand where they're coming from. Be present. Present time consciousness should always be high on your priority list. Always have a few jokes up your sleeve. Did you hear that Tiger Woods brought 2 pairs of pants to his last tournament? Of course, in case he had a hole-in-one. Thanks for laughing. I laugh at myself otherwise. Don't let the negative people get you down. You're never going to have everyone like you, no matter how hard you try. But just remember that they have to be with themselves all the time, and you're going to far outnumber them with the people that are really going to be grateful and appreciative for everything you do for them. Meet people where they're at. You likely didn't adopt your current health habits and beliefs overnight. It actually took about 3.5 years, so don't expect anyone else to. Educate them towards where you'd like them to be, but slow your pace if you have to, and lead them rather than pushing them. If you really don't think they'll ever be able to meet you, point them in the direction they'd be better served, and please practice what you preach. Love your patients. The only way you can really help someone heal is to show them love. For some, this is easy. For the ones who are tougher to love, start with tolerating them, and go from there. A lot of you are Vikings fans, so the tough love should come easy. Be the change you want to see in the world. Our profession is unique in that solely focusing on what's wrong with our bodies, we focus on how magnificent they really are and how they're capable of functioning when we allow them to. I like to think of us as the optimists of the healthcare world. This is a very refreshing perspective for most people, so make sure you share it with them. Value the profession and the impact you have as a chiropractor. Be present with each and every one of your patients and respect them no matter what their age. You never know just how far your reach will be. What seems to you to be a routine office visit may be something much bigger to an individual. Let me share one of my favorite stories with you to further illustrate this. One day a man was walking along a beach when he noticed a boy hurriedly picking up starfish and throwing them back into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he said, "Young man, what are you doing?" The boy replied, "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The surf is up and the tide is going out. If I don't throw them back, they'll die." The man laughed to himself and said, "Don't you realize there are miles and miles of beach and hundreds of starfish? You can't make any real difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it back into the surf. Then smiling, he said to the man, "I made a difference to that one." Not only have we helped starfish of our own along the way, already in our young careers, but we have also been the starfish and have many to thank for tossing us back into that ocean. As I acknowledge our support system, please think of who specifically has really been there for you. Don't let the weekend slip by without letting them know how much their support has really meant to you. Grateful Facebook posts are very nice and cute, but never as meaningful as a hug or heartfelt note. I'd like to thank my classmates for allowing me this opportunity to speak today. You guys rock, and I'm so excited to see the impact that you're all going to make. Thank you to our educators. You have not only given us the knowledge to pass our board exams, but the tools to clinically apply what we have really learned and put our knowledge to use. Thank you to our mentors who have inspired and guided us throughout our journey. We appreciate you more than you'll ever know. I'd like to especially thank my favorite chiropractor, my dad, for being such a great mentor and role model for me. He has led by example throughout his life and is truly a doctor of great integrity and one-liners. Think of how you got into the profession and kind of work your way back, and maybe you can do the same for someone someday. Lastly, but definitely not least, I'd like to thank our loved ones, our families, significant others, and friends. We have studied all night and entire weekends, missed big life events and holidays. I'm still hoping my little sister will forgive me for missing her college graduation. Lived miles away from home, and yet here you are. My sister's even here. Thank you for your endless love and support. The journey is only just beginning as we continue to grow in our role as doctors of chiropractic and our potential temporary higher need for financial assistance as we've been officially cut off from our federal loan providers. Congratulations again, graduates. Remember to never stop growing. In your quest for knowledge, your passion for the profession and the patients you'll serve, and in the continued support you provide to each other as colleagues. Have a lovely rest of your day and Merry Christmas with your families. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our wonderful student commencement speakers. One more round of applause for our It is now my pleasure and my honor to introduce our commencement speaker, Dr. Brent Bauer. Dr. Bauer is board certified in internal medicine, a professor of medicine, and has been on staff at the Mayo Clinic for 23 years. His main research interest has been the scientific evaluation of complementary and alternative medicine therapies that patients and consumers are using with increasing frequency. He has authored several book chapters and over 100 papers on this topic, and is the medical editor of the Mayo Clinic Book of Alternative Medicine. He is a member of numerous scientific review panels and is currently collaborating on over 20 studies being conducted at Mayo Clinic evaluating CAM therapies ranging from acupuncture to valerian. He is the medical director of Rejuvenate, the first spa at Mayo Clinic. He is also the medical director of the Well Living Lab, a collaboration between Delos and Mayo Clinic Center for Innovation, which is exploring the impact of the indoor environment on wellness. His work is at the forefront of the emerging field of integrative medicine, which combines the best of conventional medicine with the best of evidence-based complementary therapies. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Brent Bauer.
Good afternoon. Was pretty weak. Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you, President Kassir, and please allow me to also extend my welcome to our students, family members, faculty. Are you implying that I'm short? Because I am. I want to use those words to welcome you. They actually come directly from President Kassir's address last year at this time. And since I've heard so many laudatory comments about his leadership, I wanted to try and tap onto that as best I could. So I actually went back and looked at his address from a year ago at his inauguration, and I've picked 3 themes that I think sort of represented what we've heard from the students today. I want to think about integrate, which you might have used the word unity. I want to think about engage, and I want to think about invent, and see if those are things that we can use to launch you out into the real world. So if you'll permit me, I'll give you a little of my background and why I might be here today, and see if that makes sense, at least as we start to talk about integration. So I did start what we called at that time, the CAM, or Complementary Alternative Medicine Program, at Mayo Clinic in the year 2000. Now my interest in that field came from my exposure to a lot of interesting things in Arizona. I'd done my training at Mayo Medical School, my residency, my fellowship, all in Rochester. So when I went to Arizona in 1992, I thought I was pretty well prepared to deal with all of my patients' questions. So you can imagine my surprise when the very first patient I saw as a newly minted Mayo Clinic staff physician was a beautiful 80-year-old lady sitting there waiting for me with a jar of echinacea in her hand. I was not prepared to talk about echinacea. Next patient came in, and she'd just been up to the Red Rocks of Sedona and had a harmonic convergence. There was nothing in my training in Minnesota that had prepared me to talk to my patients about harmonic convergence. So I was young, and I think I was naive, so I said, well, tell me more about these things. Because at that time, 1992, was not a time most physicians were talking to their patients about these things. But I showed my interest, and my office was soon filled with literally hundreds, if not thousands, of magazine articles, books, DVDs, and CDs, because our patients were so anxious for somebody to listen to their interests in all of these various healing modalities. It also became very clear to me that more and more of my patients were asking about these things. So I came back to Rochester in 1996 as my family started to grow, and I continued to see patients who were benefiting from things that weren't part of my training, whether it was massage or acupuncture or herbal therapy I didn't know about. I also saw a few patients being harmed because they went off and did things that weren't really very safe for them. So it became very clear to me at that point that Mayo Clinic really needed to have some kind of proactive approach. So in 1996, I proposed that we create, at that time, a CAM program, and I came back in 1997 and proposed it again. I came back in 1998 and proposed it again, and I proposed it again in 1999. So you get the impression this was not a top-down phenomenon at Mayo Clinic. But in 2000, as more and more of our patients came and asked, yeah, I'm going to have my heart transplant here, but I want to know about acupuncture afterwards, or I want to incorporate massage as part of my treatment protocol. So what we found in 2000, there was enough will to go ahead and create the program. And it really was founded with the idea that we would do the same thing in CAM as we had done with everything else at Mayo. We would focus on research, education, and practice, and do it from an evidence-based standpoint, so we could come back and tell our staff and our patients what made sense, what worked for them, how could we integrate those things. So it really was all about making informed decisions. So I'll give you an example of kind of how this played out. Early on, our cardiac surgeons were actually one of the first group to come and say, well, we want to do something in this realm. We want to reduce the pain of open heart surgery. And our nursing colleagues said, we think massage would be a really important part of that. So we got 60 patients, and we followed them the day or two after surgery with massage. And we actually had a statistically significant improvement in pain, anxiety, and muscle tension. Now the surgeons were impressed, but they weren't convinced. So we doubled that trial. We did a trial of 120 patients. And again, we showed reductions in pain, anxiety, and muscle tension. And guess what the surgeons did? They hired massage therapists. They said the evidence was strong, it met the needs of our patient. That's the primary value at Mayo Clinic, the needs of the patient come first. And so they hired massage therapists. So they integrated massage therapy as part of the routine care for our patients after open heart surgery. I won't bore you with the details, but trust me, more surgeons came out of the woodwork, more colleagues came and said, we want to do the same thing. We want to test massage. We want to test acupuncture. We think there's needs that can be met. We need to do it with science. And so we did about over 100 clinical trials in the past 15 years. Published about 300 peer-reviewed journal articles. Always with the idea that we wanted to come back with useful information, not just research for the sake of research, but to translate that into practice. How can we apply this knowledge? And when it made sense, when it fits the Mayo model of care, integrate all of those therapies in the benefit of our patients. So is that really happening? Well, I can tell you in this last year, we've had over 30,000 unique patients receive either acupuncture or massage as an integrated part of their overall care at Mayo Clinic. I can also tell you that those services are offered in the same hospital rooms, the same clinic rooms, as all the other services we provide. I can order massage, acupuncture, and herbal consult the same way I can order an EKG or neurology consult, same electronic order system. And all of our providers also document on the same electronic medical record as every other provider at Mayo Clinic. So in terms of unification or unity, or in my mind, integration, I think in many regards, we're almost there. So that to me is a very exciting time for all of you as you head into your careers. As you think about what we've heard already from some of the previous speakers, this is a dynamic time in medicine. What was clearly an us and them mentality 20 years ago has shifted dramatically because of the needs of what we're seeing in our medical environment. You guys are going to be seen more and more as strategic partners because you bring things to the table that are needed. And now we have the evidence base to say your medical colleagues recognize that and increasingly want to collaborate with you in a way that's going to elevate the care of our patients and meet some of those lofty goals that I think you're all striving for. That brings me to my second theme, which is engage. And again, we've heard some of that from some of the previous speakers. The research definitely shows that your skills and knowledge are going to be needed in this new era of healthcare. So I want to encourage you to go out there and be engaged. Obviously, be engaged with each patient you see. Give excellent care, as I know you will, but also make sure everybody that leaves your office leaves with another nudge in that direction of health and wellness that's become so critical to your education. Also be engaged. Be engaged with your medical colleagues, whether it's the local level, the national level. They are starting to respond to research, right? They're learning. So the more you can approach them, and to the degree possible, speak their language, show them the research, show them the data. They're eager to find solutions too. They're in the same game. They want to help patients. And you will increasingly be seen as collaborators and partners in that endeavor. I believe those of you graduating today are called to harness this growing respect and take a leadership role in these changes in healthcare. So that's my third point. I think you need to invent this new healthcare. Last year, President Kassir challenged you and identified you as a new tradition in healthcare. I honestly believe that you are poised to start a grand adventure, one with meaning and purpose that will allow you to help others and leave the world a better place. Before I close my remarks, I want to pass on greetings from two of your acupuncture alumni. Molly Mallory and Alex Doe have been on staff for about 5 and 7 years. They graduated, I think, in 2004. Both of them have led research studies at Mayo Clinic. Both of them have taught in our medical school and our residency. Both of them have achieved the academic rank of instructor of medicine in Mayo Medical School. So I think that's a testament to the quality of the education they received, that they could come to a fairly conservative academic medical center and have that kind of dynamic career. So that's part of my hope and optimism for you, because I think the education you have will make you successful wherever you go. So I'm going to borrow final words from President Kassir again. His closing last year I thought was particularly appropriate, and I'll quote him again. May God, as you understand this force in the world, bless your work. May you leave here today with a new energy, a new excitement, and a renewed commitment to the incredible journey you're about to undertake. Go in peace and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Brower. It is my pleasure on behalf of the board, the students, the faculty, and the Northwestern community to present you with this plaque commemorating your speech with us today. Thank you so much. It's our pleasure. We are also giving you as a gift our new symbol of our vision moving forward. And so we will politely wrap this up and not expect you to juggle on your way down the stage. But thank you so much again for everything.
So now we will be recognizing students who have achieved academic honors. We will recognize 3 levels of academic excellence. Cum laude, for those graduates who have a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 up to 3.7. Magna cum laude, those who have been 3.7 up to 3.9. And summa cum laude for those who have surpassed 3.9 on a 4.0 scale. We will also recognize the class valedictorian who has achieved the highest GPA in their graduating class.
Will the following massage therapy graduates please rise while I read your names and remain standing until your achievement has been recognized by Dr. Quinn. First, our cum laude achieved graduates, Teresa Christine Huber, Irina Alexandronova Yabloknia. Our magna cum laude graduates, Naomi Elizabeth Pierre, Irina Ryaznov. are our summa cum laude graduates, Jennifer Christine Anderson, and our valedictorian, Candace Sue Lout.
As the interim provost and on behalf of all of Northwestern Health Sciences University, I offer my sincere congratulations for your hard work in earning these academic honors. Will the audience please join me in giving them one more round of applause? You may now be seated. Distinguished guests, families, and friends, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Health and Wellness at Northwestern Health Sciences University, it is my pleasure and distinct honor to present the candidates for the Certificate of Professional Massage Therapist and Associate of Applied Science in Massage Therapy. I ask the candidates to rise while Dr. Kassir confers the certificates and degrees.
Yes, please rise. I would also like at this time to ask the massage therapy faculty to please rise and join us as we confer the degree on our students, because without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you. On the recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Northwestern Health Sciences University and by the state of Minnesota, I hereby confer upon you the Certificate of Professional Massage Therapy or Associate of Applied Science in Massage Therapy with all pertaining rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, graduates.
I now ask our new graduates in massage therapy to come forward as I call your name. First, our graduates achieving the Certificate of Professional Massage Therapist, Brianna Bing. And now the graduates who have achieved the Associate of Applied Science in Massage Therapy, Jennifer Christine Anderson. Isaiah Magnus Broberg. Teresa Christine Huber. Candace Sue Lout. Naomi Elizabeth Pierre. Irina Ryazanov. On behalf of Northwestern Health Sciences University, please join me in congratulating our newest massage therapist. I now present our Associate Professor, Joni Holtz, to lead our graduates in reciting the School of Massage Therapy Oath of Ethics. I also invite other massage therapists that are in attendance to stand and join our graduates in reaffirming your oath.
Thank you, Dean Healy. Okay, graduates, if you'd raise your right hand and repeat after me. As a graduate of Northwestern Health Sciences University, I accept the responsibility to do no harm to the physical, mental, or emotional well-being of self, client, and professional peers. I promise to provide the highest quality of massage therapy to those who seek my professional services. I will respect the confidential nature of the client-therapist relationship. I will conduct all business and professional activities within my scope of practice and the laws of the land. Congratulations and welcome to our profession.
Dr. Kassir, distinguished guests, families, and friends, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Health and Wellness at Northwestern Health Sciences University, it is my pleasure and distinct honor to present the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Human Biology. I ask the candidates to rise while Dr. Kassir confirms the degree.
Will our undergraduate faculty please rise and join me as we confer the degree? Done. All right. On recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees at Northwestern Health Sciences University and the state of Minnesota, I hereby confer upon you the degree Bachelor of Science in Human Biology with all pertaining rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, graduates.
I now ask our new graduates for the Bachelor of Science in Human Biology degree to come forward as I call your names. I also ask Dr. Donald Deal, member of our faculty, to assist with the hooding of the graduates. I'll mention that we have a number of our graduates that are also receiving a Doctor of Chiropractic degree tonight. Those graduates are going to stay in place, but just stand where they're seated and be recognized because they'll be coming up a little bit later to receive the Doctor of Chiropractic degree. So if you'd come forward. John Robert Arms. Laura Louise Bursey. Brian Joseph Cummings. Brianna Rose Ganshorn. Teresa Christine Huber. Alicia Louise Lobash. Gage Edward Luce. Chelsea Elizabeth Lyons. Trevor Peters. Chase Warren Rand. Samantha Rose Rothbauer. Jamie Robert Spangler. Matthew Jared Varner. Monica Joy Vale. and Ryan Timothy Wick. On behalf of Northwestern Health Sciences University, please join me in congratulating our graduates. Still me. It is my pleasure to award the academic honors for the Master of Acupuncture and Oriental Medicine graduates. Will the following graduates please rise while I read your names and remain standing until your achievement has been recognized by Dr. Quinn. First, our cum laude graduates, Julie Skolzacek. Our magna cum laude graduate, Nan Trin. And our summa cum laude graduates, Emily Penelope Broderick, Kimberly Ann Christensen, Tammy S. Cook, and our valedictorian, Paige Marie Powers.
Wow, great job. And on behalf of Northwestern Health Sciences University, I offer a sincere congratulations for your hard work and success. Will the audience please join me in giving them another round of applause? You can now be seated. Dr. Kassir, distinguished guests, families, and friends, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Health and Wellness at Northwestern Health Sciences University, it is my pleasure and distinct honor to present the candidates for the Master of Acupuncture and Master of Oriental Medicine. I ask that the candidates rise while Dr. Kassir confers the degrees.
Will the acupuncture and oriental medicine faculty please rise and join me as I read the conferral? On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Northwestern Health Sciences University and by the state of Minnesota, I hereby confer upon you Master of Acupuncture or Master of Oriental Medicine with all pertaining rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, graduates.
I now ask our new graduates for the Master of Acupuncture degree to come forward as I call your names. I also ask Youngping Zhang, member of our faculty, to assist with the hooding of the graduates. Graduates may now come forward. Courtney Jondro. Erin Ann McCabe. Julie F. Moore. Tiffany Morris. Paige Marie Powers. Tiffany Brooke Van Zee. I now ask our graduates for the Master of Oriental Medicine degree to come forward as I call your name. Emma Penelope Broderick. Kimberly Ann Christensen. Yasmin Davis. Jessica M. Fryer. Tammy S. Cook. Jennifer L. Coulter. Julie Skolzacek. Jody L. Pelcher. And Non Trin. On behalf of Northwestern Health Sciences University, please join me in congratulating our newest graduates. I now present Barbara Gossi to lead our graduates in reciting the acupuncture and oriental medicine oath of practice. I would also invite other acupuncturists and oriental medicine practitioners who may be in attendance to rise and join the graduates in reaffirming your oath.
Thanks for the stool. All right, graduates, well, you're already standing, chomping at the bit. Raise your right arm and repeat after me. I pledge to follow the way of the great healer. I will honor life and learn from it. I will place my patient's safety and well-being above all else. And I will be faithful to the trust that they have placed in me. I will treat my patients with dignity and preserve their privacy. I will give gladly of my skills and receive thanks humbly. For I am a servant, not a master, and an everlasting student. Today is another beginning, another small step. As I dedicate myself to life, to health, and to healing. Welcome, colleagues. Proud to have you.
It is my pleasure to award the academic honors for the Doctor of Chiropractic graduates. Will the following graduates please rise while I read your names and remain standing until your achievement has been recognized by Dr. Kassir. Cum laude graduates: Jillian Rose Bartushak, Vanessa Ray Orr, Cheryl Marie Holst, Will John Johnson, Brandon Lee Larrabee, Joseph W. Moen, Derek Robert Tadashi Okabe, Chelsea Margaret Peralt, Jessica Janie Rasmussen. The magna cum laude graduates: Andrew C. Dreyer, Adam Charles Ebers, Blake Carey Hochhalter, summa cum laude graduates: Beth M. Antone, Drew Robert Ebel, Emily Ann Stolo. In the class valedictorian, Ian Patrick McCann.
On behalf of Northwestern Health Sciences University, I offer my sincere congratulations for your hard work in earning these academic honors. Will the audience please join me in giving them a round of applause? You may now be seated. Dr. Kassir, distinguished guests, families, and friends. On behalf of the faculty of the College of Chiropractic at Northwestern Health Sciences University, it is my pleasure and distinct honor to present the candidates for the degree Doctor of Chiropractic. Will the candidates please rise while Dr. Kassir confers the degrees?
Will the faculty of the College of Chiropractic please rise and join me as I confer the degrees? On recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the College of Chiropractic at Northwestern in the state of Minnesota, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Chiropractic with all pertaining rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, doctors.
I ask our new graduates to come forward as I call your names. Dr. Christopher Majors and Dr. Anita Manning, members of our faculty, will assist in the hooding of the graduates. Graduates, please come forward. Dr. Kristen Danielle Allerth. Dr. Markel Nicole Albright. Nicholas David Anderson. Beth M. Antone. John Robert Arns. Tina Julian Bade. Jillian Rose Bartushak. Caitlin Marie Bass. Renato Bavanda. Krista Ann Blumdahl. Dr. Vanessa Ray Bohr. Dr. Ryan P. Christensen. Dr. Mallory Dean Christofferson. Dr. Brian Joseph Cummings. Dr. Matthew John Divini. Dr. Andrew C. Dreyer. Dr. Adam Charles Ebers. Trickier than it looks. Dr. Drew Robert Ebel. Dr. Grace Lindsay Edgar. Dr. Christopher Michael Eachton. Dr. Bryce C. Fennell. Dr. Jordan and Phi. Dr. Stephanie Ann Faust. Dr. Matthew Michael Frank. Dr. Abby Caitlin Goodman. Dr. Pamela L. Harvey. Dr. Blake Carey Hochhalter. Dr. Emily Ann Huseth. Dr. Will John Johnson. Dr. Andrew Stephen Joyce. Dr. Ross Allen Keys. Dr. Stephen Douglas Kennedy. Dr. Brittany Lynn Cook. Dr. Ashley Ann Kronberger. Dr. Navi Lamborn. Dr. Caitlin Ann Land. Dr. Landra Jo Lapka. Dr. Richard Leda. Dr. Daniel Leduc. Dr. Jillian Lee, accompanied by her father, Dr. Jared Lee. Dr. Alicia Lewis Lobash. Dr. Crystalline Lowry. Dr. Cage Edward Luce, accompanied by his father, Dr. Timothy Luce. Dr. Chelsea Elizabeth Lyons, accompanied by her parents, Dr. Tom and Dr. Elizabeth Lyons. Dr. Zachary James Mass. Dr. Melissa E. McDonald. Dr. Brock John Madsen. Dr. Ian Patrick McCann. Dr. Michael Thomas Merck. Dr. Aaron Joe Miller. Dr. Joseph W. Moen. Dr. Brittany Lynn Mulder. Dr. Reed Lewis Nels. Dr. Amy Than Nguyen. Dr. Derek Robert Tadashi Okabe. Dr. Philip John Oman. Dr. Daniel Matthew Opitz. Dr. Chelsea Margaret Pearl. Dr. Trevor Peters. Dr. Jacqueline Marie Peterson. Dr. Renee L. Polakowski. Dr. Madeline Marie Rash. Dr. Chase Warren Rand. Dr. Jessica Janie Rasmussen. Dr. Stephen Michael Roop. Dr. Nathan Ryan Schaffbauer. Dr. Ezra Charles Schlotthauer. Accompanied by Dr. Caitlin Schlotthauer, Ezra's wife. Kaylin Mary Scherson. Dr. Daniel M. Sawada. Dr. Broxton A. Swandle. Dr. Jamie Robert Spangler. Dr. Hannah Mabel Steinmetz. Dr. Jelaine D. St. Mitchell. Dr. Emily Ann Stolo, accompanied by her father, Dr. Jack Eden. "28 years to the day." Dr. Jennifer Christine Struck. Dr. Andrew L. Stitchin. Dr. Jonathan David Swanson. Dr. Tom Tao. Dr. Matthew Jared Varner. Dr. Darren John Wagner. Dr. Ryan Timothy Wick. Dr. Andrea Nicole Wiley. Dr. Austin Scott Wisroth. On behalf of the College of Chiropractic at Northwestern Health Sciences University, please join me in congratulating our newest doctors. President of our Faculty Senate will now administer the chiropractic oath. I'd like to invite any doctors of chiropractic in the audience here tonight to also stand and join our graduates in reaffirming your own oaths. Dr. DeVries.
Doctors, will you please rise? Raise your right hand as you recite after me and respond individually. I state your name. Do hereby affirm before God and these assembled witnesses that I will keep this oath and stipulation to hold in esteem and respect those who taught me this chiropractic healing art, to follow the methods of treatment which, according to my ability and judgment, I consider for the benefit of my patients, to abstain from whatever is harmful and unethical, to stand ready at all times to serve humanity without distinction of race, creed, or color. With purity, I will pass my life and practice my art. I will at all times consider the patients under my care as of supreme importance. I will not spare myself in rendering the help which I have been taught to give by my alma mater. I will keep in confidence all things revealed to me as a physician, while I continue to keep this oath unviolated. May it be granted to me to enjoy life and the practice of the chiropractic healing art, respected by all people at all times. On behalf of the faculty, I extend our most sincere congratulations. We welcome you as our colleagues. Job well done.
Will the audience please rise and remain standing and stay in place for the recessional of the graduates? We invite you to join us for a reception that will immediately follow in the auditorium lobby. Congratulations.